Hey guys, Greg here, Bone Tactical. I'm going to give this a second to check in and everything, tune up, all this stuff, get working, all of my connections over here. But for you guys just tuning in, there's another Trump shooting, supposedly, all right? And we're going to discuss some really crucial stuff, again, that nobody's discussing. There was some stuff that I ended up being the first person out there on social media or anything like that to share about the last Trump assassination attempt. So I've got 2 videos up on that and 2 blogs on my website that actually like everybody ended up picking up on. So right after the last Trump assassination attempt, I jumped on and shared some information from the perspective of a security professional, from the background of a security professional, and it was crazy. Everybody just started jumping on everywhere that I saw. Even I saw Fox News, CNN, and people were picking up what I said and supposedly sharing. Some people even said, I got this information from a security professional, which is, really cool to see the impact, that somebody can have on YouTube, sharing, stuff like that. The one video I had, I think it had 100,000 views in like an hour or something like that. It was just going viral. I was just riding my bicycle talking about some really stuff that most people don't really get the idea of or understand because they don't have that tactical background of being in situations like that and understanding how assassination attempts really work. So there's 2 big red flags now that we can discuss. And for those of you that don't know what a false flag is, definitely look it up, or if any of you guys watching, I'm sure a lot of you guys do know what a false flag is. So comment and let me know what a false flag is. Let the people tuning in or people that don't know comment that below. But the 2 big tickets here, and then there's something else I'm going to share, really, really important after that I'm going to share, and that is basically that the social media's role in our upcoming election, in potential, presidency, and actually, so the social media's role in the original Trump presidency, when Trump was president, social media played a huge role in that. Not a lot of you guys may understand that role or not. And then we'll discuss social media role in current presidential candidacy and the election going forward. But there was an AR-15 used, right, supposedly in the first Trump assassination attempt. Well, for those of you that don't know, the media has announced that there's been another Trump assassination attempt today. So just now, supposedly, guy with an AK-47, the reports that I'm getting are AK-47, basically Trump was out playing golf, which no surprise, it's basically what our presidents for the last few presidents we've had in the United States, that's what they've been best at, is golfing when stuff is needing to get done. But anyway, assassination attempts with an AK-47 is what I'm hearing. So if that's true, there's 2 big things, 2 huge red flags we need to discuss, and that's, is this a false flag attempt? Is this some sort of a conspiracy? Why was there an AR-15 used the first time and an AK-47 used the second time? These 2 items are the 2 biggest high-ticket items that the Democrats in our current bipartisan two political party system want to ban. So if they want to ban these 2 firearms, and they're not really great firearms for assassinating people. They're not, they call them assault weapons, but it is not even close to the best choice or even a good choice if you're trying to assassinate a presidential candidate. So those are big time red flags, which I go into that in detail on my website blog, and I had a video just talking about that. Anybody with an inkling of actual, tactical experience or a skill set will understand that even a large caliber bolt action rifle is going to be a highly desirable firearm in a situation. It's all about range, guys. So if you actually had to take somebody out, let's say, assassination type deal, you're talking range. Range is the most important thing. AK-47 does not have the range that you want, and an AR-15 doesn't have the caliber size that you want. So you want 30 caliber plus, and AR-15 is a 22 caliber basically, and it just does not do the damage in individual shots that you need to guarantee a kill if you're trying to assassinate or kill somebody. And then we discussed the AR-15 actually not being designed to kill, which check out the write-up on my website. It'll explain everything. There's a blog there about that. And the AK-47 does have a heavier, more powerful round, right? It is on the 30 caliber platform, but it doesn't have the range. So what we need to be asking ourselves now is taking a look and seeing why it's one of two things. Either there's some kind of a conspiracy going on which could branch out into a million possibilities of conspiracy, or the average general American is so stupid and so dulled down with no longer having any kind of tactical skills, no kind of understanding. Even military guys, it's blown my mind. I've seen some of these military guys commenting on some of the Trump shooting stuff, and even these guys who have been in a military role in combat, they have such a fine. They only know what they've been told and what they've been taught by their military superior and their super finite role, what they learned. And it just blows my mind that we have so few people that really are just willing or able to think on their own, let's say, and make basically intelligent decisions, or develop cognitive thought patterns about what's really going on here, and challenge things, and not just accept what the popular belief is that, hey, AK-47 and AR-15 are dangerous weapons. They're the best at killing, and high-capacity assault weapons and all this stuff. And it's really kind of crazy to me to hear this stuff, even, like I say, even coming from military guys, because those are not even close to being a good choice if I'm looking at, trying to be a single person, right? If I have a military unit backing me, then rates of fire balance out, and I may want a weapon with a high capacity. It might be okay that it's an AR-15 22 caliber because there's 20 other guys in my squad or unit or whatever, and we can, he can be shooting and then I can be shooting while I'm reloading. When you're a single person, everything changes. You may only have one shot. You need to make that shot count. You want a high caliber weapon. You need to, obviously, any kind of a presidential candidate, it's just obvious that they're going to have some sort of protection, even if the protection is, negligent, like it has been, in the second to last attempt now was just absolutely negligent, just people who had almost no idea what they're doing, but there were people there that were hired to protect the president, right, being paid to protect the president. So range is a factor. You need to be able to be proficient with a firearm and have a weapon that can be a ranged weapon. I mean, it doesn't have to be a firearm. It could be an explosive device, whatever, but the range is so important. So that being said, we need to look at why are these people targeting this presidential candidate with these firearms? And it's a very, I don't really believe in coincidences to this level, and it's a very big coincidence that these are the two firearms that are most wanting to be banned. Okay, so we're going to get into that in future videos. I want to point that out. I just wanted to get that on the table so that the powers that be and other YouTubers out there and stuff, other people that are often, watching my videos and getting this information and then sharing it. I'm sure we'll see this now going forward, this narrative, because, I wanted to get this out there so people could start to investigate and look into why is it that this other supposed assassination attempt, now we've got the two biggest arms wanting to be banned by the opposition, the people that are trying to destroy the Constitution of the United States. Why is it that the arms that we're trying to ban are the AK-47 and the AR-15, and why is it that these two arms were used? Is there a correlation there, or is it just a coincidence? So we'll look into that, and then right now I'm going to share something that's even more important for you guys that are capable of thinking a little bit, thinking on your own. There's something extremely important I need to share with you guys. Give me a second to get my cigar lit up, and we'll get into the future and what it may hold, and something I need to share with you guys about how elections work and how elections have recently been working. So, when Mr. Trump became president, we really saw something for the first time in the history of the United States. And what we saw was the ability of social media to play a massive influence, to have a massive influence, play a massive role in a president being elected. You guys should do a little bit of a research and see how social media actually was utilized in Trump's first election, but it was crazy. It was a huge part. I'm not going to say Trump wouldn't have been elected if it wasn't for social media, but it wouldn't be too far-fetched to say that. I'm not going to say that, but you know, you can't say what would have happened if something would have changed, right? Anything could have changed history if there was a different change. It didn't happen. Social media was used, but I'm also going to say something else. I've never seen such a disproportionate amount of media favoring a presidential candidate since ex-President Trump until now. I've seen so much stuff, celebrities, people in popular culture, and all across social media. There's just a big majority of people supporting Kamala Harris, and I'm not casting. I honestly can't say which one. I'm not going to say that I would support one or the other because they're both so far from what I would want to support. Being, you know, our founding fathers. We need a Thomas Jefferson. We don't need we don't need either a Trump right now or a Kamala Harris right now, in my opinion. Is there one that's better than the other? Probably, but I don't think. With the influence that I have, I don't think it's right for me to sway that my followers. I don't think it's right for me to throw in my towel in the ring, either for Kamala or for Trump, without me really doing that. And no, I don't know either one of them personally. I haven't done enough research, but what I do know about them both makes me not want to vote for either one. So just, you know, that sucks. So we also need to understand, and you guys really need to understand, what the Electoral College is. Please comment below right now if you understand how the Electoral College works. And it blows my mind that like maybe 1% of Americans really know how the Electoral College works. I'm going to go as far as to say, in a certain sense, your vote doesn't count because of the Electoral College. So look up the Electoral College, see how it works, and it's almost like, when I say I'm not going to vote, everybody's like, you got to vote. Being an American, it's all we have to vote. Well, I tell people, you know what? Your vote doesn't even really count because your vote can be changed, right? Or we don't even know. The Electoral College is such a corruptible system as well. Just that's on top of the fact that the two-party system, and if you really do a deep dive into the two-party system, you can see that we only really have two options. All right, I just said I didn't really want to vote for anybody. So, being that there's only two options, the powers that be, it's not too hard for the powers that be, the powerful people, most powerful people in the United States, most powerful people in the world, to influence to get to the point where the Republican Party and the Democratic Party nominate a person that they like. So many of these people are fine going either way, and they're just putting on a big show about going for Trump or going for Harris, and we're just wrapped up into the swing of things. We're so far from a democracy. Look up what a democracy is. It's a direct democracy would be very, very far. It would be if you go vote for somebody and that person, whoever has the majority votes, becomes president. That's a direct democracy. We're not even close to a democracy. All right, we're a representative democracy, which means you go vote, and you vote, and then the representative takes your votes. Okay, I'm taking these votes, and I think you're an idiot. I don't like the way you voted, so I'm going to change your vote. And that's far-fetched, but in reality, it's how things work. Your vote not only doesn't count because you're only allowed to vote for these two people that were already picked for you, then furthermore, your vote can be changed down the line. So A lot of people don't understand any of that, and it's just sad. It's just sad walking around in America today and seeing just the average intelligence of the average person that has absolutely no idea what's going on in the world around them, let alone, and then I'm talking about immediate vicinity, situational awareness, people just have no idea, let alone how things work in the political arena of our country, of our once great nation, right? But so, you know, that all being discussed, I think it's some really important stuff that we need to cover. And yeah, I'm making this video because there was another supposed assassination attempt, or I saw that on social media. Trump, one thing I do like about Trump is that he popularized and coined the term fake news, because there's pretty much all news is fake news anymore. You can't believe anything that you hear the media says. And another thing is in other countries, at least people realize that their government's corrupt. At least people realize that the media is skewed. In America, it's so sad to see that Americans are so dumb that most Americans think that if they saw it on the news, it's true. It's just a sad state of affairs, guys. And if I can do anything to help any kind of an influence that I have, if I could help one person, maybe I can help one person question what they're hearing, question what they're being told, and not just take everything that the media says or everything that a politician says as if it was a golden fact and truth with no, you know, that there's absolutely no way that what they're saying is lying. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents for what it's worth. I will tune in here and do some questions and answers for you guys. Really just wanted to get the ball rolling on this stuff. I saw the news and I said, I gotta get this information out there so that people who are, you know, if there are any good people out there who have big influences, you know, and if there are any good news people out there, if there are any other big YouTubers out there, that they'll at least have the chance to take this information like they did with the last Trump shooting video I did and roll with it. I don't want credit. I'm not trying to get, you know, I'm not trying to have anybody say, oh, wow, Bone Tactical, you know, had some groundbreaking stuff. This is what I got from Bone Tactical, whatever. No, I'm not trying to get any credit. I'm just trying to help. And like I say, if I can just help one person, that's enough for me. I would love to be able to help one person. If I could help more people, that's even better. And I think that the way that I can help best, if there is anything I can do, what I can do is I can help you guys question what you're hearing, what you're being told, and then just try and promote a little bit of morality, a little bit of maybe we hold people accountable, maybe we live to a higher standard, maybe we, you know, hold our government accountable to and stand up and unite together as a people. And Trump has this slogan, "Make America Great Again," and that he's cashing in on. But what if we actually try and make America great again? And that doesn't happen from a president. That happens from the people standing up for what they believe in and doing the right thing. And all everybody has to do, or even a good percentage of the population, is to just do what's right. Do what's right and refuse to do what's wrong. Don't follow the crowd, and don't believe everything you hear. And when you're convicted about something, when you know something's right, stand up for what you know that is right and do it, right? Do what's right. That's all you got to do. I'll do a little bit of questions and answers here. Let me get my cigar lit back up. So questions and answers, I got a bunch of stuff on here. I'm going to answer a few questions, give a few shout outs, charge up your comments, guys, and we'll get going through here. All right, we've got Kanzi, who was mentioning about a direct democracy versus, right, Kanzi, you are correct. Direct democracy is when your vote goes to elect the person. A representative democracy is what we are currently operating in. And then not only do we not elect our leader, we're not even allowed to choose who the people that we're voting for are. So the people that we're voting for are chosen, and then we choose another person to choose that person. So it's like a representative democracy. It shouldn't even be called a democracy of the United States, but you know, there's just a lot of sheeple out there, and and they'll believe whatever they're told in elementary school, I guess. Single Dad in Prayer. That's a nice name. I like that. Sure would be nice to live there. I don't know if you're referring to my video. We're in Florida right now. Bone Tactical, Florida based. Warehouse is right over there. We ship your orders. You get one of these beautiful shirts, and we'll ship it right from there. If you're close to Florida, you might get it in a day or two. So we've got a guy on here who's a communist, and his name is Lumpen Lodge. And he thinks that tactics should be taught year-round in schools with 13 grades. That's a very interesting opinion, sir. You know, communism is one of those things that looks great on paper, but as soon as you start to think about it, and really, if you just do a little bit of deductive reasoning, you'll understand why human nature and the evil of human beings will not allow for communism to ever work. It's just so obvious. I mean, humans are inherently evil, and if you take a group of people and everybody puts their stuff, it's like, imagine going to a casino and playing poker, and everybody just slides the stuff into the middle of the table, all the chips and everything. Whatever person's the meanest person is just going to take all the chips and run. And that's what happens with communism, right? Everybody gives, and then it doesn't get redistributed properly. It never will. It never can, because of the inherent evil of human beings. So that's that. So, you know, Kanzi said nice weather. WTGPA said he feels the same. Thank you for that, sir. Thanks for the vote of confidence. The Lumpen Lodge has also said the Electoral College must be abolished. That is a possibility. I don't think it'll ever happen, but it would be great if it did. Although the education of our young people is another big deal, because if you don't have people that are smart enough to know how to vote for a good person, then how are you gonna? Then you're putting the people in power, and it might just get that are, you know, a bunch of people that have just had too easy of a life, and dealing with got wasps flying all around me right now is why I'm doing that. So if I get stung, it's for doing it for you guys. But so yeah, so we really need to focus on education for our young people. Imagine the young people we have today, if they actually were able to directly vote somebody in. It would be, or had to, if the young people today had to run our country. We're in a pretty bad situation on all fronts, but the good thing is, you know, as a Christian, we know how it turns out in the end, right? So we don't have to count on a government, because, you know, any country, the United States, even the great United States, any country can fail and won't last forever. Nothing earthly will last forever. So we know who wins in the end, and we know what happens, and that's the advantage that a Christian has. Seth Alexander said, terrorism, learn to pronounce the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians, in the pursuit of political aims. Okay, that's interesting. Seth Alexander says that the media is the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and make the guilty innocent, and that's power. That's very intelligent, and I like that. Because they control the minds of the masses. Malcolm X, apparently that's a Malcolm X quote. But, you know, it's scary what the media can do. And that's, I guess, if you were going to take one thing from this video, it would be, go look in the mirror right now, or when you finish watching this video, go look in the mirror and ask yourself this question, do a little self introspection, and say, how much does the media affect me? And don't lie to yourself, because if the media comes out and says that Trump was shot and killed, you're going to believe it, right? You are. Don't believe everything that you hear. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from this video. We got a lot of comments coming through here, but I think I'm going to close it out at this. It's getting a little long-winded. I just wanted to kind of share this information with you guys. You guys saw Jones walking around behind me. He had to make his cameo. Now that Jones made his cameo, a little guest appearance, we're probably going to get tuned out here, finish my cigar, because I can't smoke my cigar properly and talk to you guys at the same time. And appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you. And, you know, thanks for watching. Help this video, right? Get some more views so we can basically get the good news out there, good word, and try and just get a strong community going here, at the very least, with Bone Tactical. If not, trying to make the world and, you know, our little section, our little slice of America a better place. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Bone out.